This playmat is just awesome. Like, I really like it a lot. We have freaking Dance Princess of the Nekroz on the left, and then we have Nekroz of Gungnir on the right, a.k.a. Gishki Emilia, a.k.a. this chick right here, a.k.a. the... You get the point. But yeah, I really like how the playmat looks this time around, and Year of the Redheads? Okay, Vexkiss, I can totally see that. You know what, just for the hell of it, guys, freaking hashtag Year of the Redheads. It'll be like, you know, Year of Luigi, except not Luigi, because no one cares about Luigi. Seriously, when was the last time you cared about Luigi? I mean, I don't even think she knows what a Luigi is. I mean, to her, a Luigi could be some kind of strange being from another world where mushrooms make you grow, flowers give you firepower, and shiny stars give you invincibility. I'm just saying, guys, like, do you think people give a shit about that? Well, I think we all know the answer to that. And before you say anything, I'm well aware that she's married, has a son, and all that other stuff. So for anyone thinking I'm trying to score +1, I'm not. It wouldn't really work out, and, you know, I'd be going minus. Okay. Seriously, guys, stop it. Let's just get to the actual video, because that's actually the topic of this video. Since my last video talking about Nekroz, yeah, it was Nekroz, was in combination with 2 other archetypes, I'm just thinking, well, why don't I just do a separate video and actually talk about Nekroz of Gungnir and Dance Princess, even though they're technically the same person. Why don't I actually discuss my opinions on them, you know, because some of you guys might actually care about that. But anyways, let's get to that. So, see you guys then. Now, before I get into this discussion, and yes guys, I realize that I've gone on long enough already without going into this discussion just from the intro sequence where I ramble about the playmat and hashtag Year of the Redheads and Gishki Emilia and Luigi and stuff like that. Now, I want to talk about this really quick before we get into the discussion, because there's quite a bit to talk about, and this what I'm about to talk about might be its own discussion later on. I'm not sure, it just depends on how things fold out from here on out. Now, this particular game I had against the Agent archetype. Now, in comparison to other ones I've done during that time, yesterday the 22nd, today is the 23rd at the time of recording this, this was the best game I had with Nekroz. Mainly because it's the only game that didn't end in like 2 minutes. What do I mean by this? Well, either, like against Clifford, simply put, scout, search something, summon that guy, set emptiness, sacrifice, I draw, don't have an MST, can't play, quit, move on to the next one. Or situation number 2, played against the plant deck, he did 1-for-1 and all that other stuff, he ends with Karaz, activated his effect. No, he did something weird, he did something weird. He made Samsara. He got like Glow Bulb and Spore in the grave. And during my turn, before I did anything, he did Oasis of Dragon Souls, or whatever that trap card is for worm type monsters. He brought back Karaz, activated his effect to draw 2. Then I did the usual Manju, Unicorn, Trishula, banished his Samsara, Glow Bulb, and something random in his hand. And I proceeded to win the game. Like, the game didn't even last that long. It lasted like 2 minutes. It basically lasted 2 minutes. Either I get locked up by Vanity's Emptiness, like I did against the Cleefort player I played against, or I wreck someone with Trishula, and I basically win from there on out. So, yeah. that's basically what happened. This is the only game where that didn't happen. And, it was somewhat decent. It was something I could put in the background. It wasn't over in 2 minutes. It's good enough to where I can have it playing in the background while I discuss the Redheads, Dance Princess, Nekroz of Gungnir, and a new Nekroz card. So, let's get into that. Hey everybody, Leespeed here, coming at you with another video today. Gonna be talking about Nekroz, specifically the redheaded ones, but there's a new Nekroz card that's also a redhead because it just happens to be the same person. Go figure, right? And it just came the hell out of nowhere, and I didn't expect it for some reason. So, yeah, let's talk about all of them. First, my initial, my thoughts on Dance Princess of the Nekroz and Nekroz of Gungnir, having played this deck with them in it and stuff like that. And thoughts just on them in general. Dance Princess is interesting. She's kind of a card that isn't really played often, if at all, and fair enough, because Denko Sekka kind of does what she does a little bit better generally. But what I like about her is that if I'm playing against decks that don't have back row, for example, and heck, I actually side Denko Sekka for specific matchups. If I'm playing against some decks like Agents, where they usually have hand traps, freaking Dance Princess is a bit better there, just because unless they have Valor to stop Dance Princess and then another hand trap to stop Trishula or Valkyris, then basically I'm gonna get those plays off uninterrupted. So simply put, she's pretty decent in that regard as well. Now keep in mind, I'm playing as Agents, not the most competitively viable deck at the moment, but like I said, this was the best game I had with Nekroz, so considering the matchup, it was actually pretty decent. But anyways, what I also like about her is the other effect. When you tribute her with a card effect, you can get one of your banished Nekroz monsters back. Now there's a couple ways you can utilize that effect. For one, you know how your mirrors can banish, it banishes themselves and a Nekroz monster every time you activate one of the mirrors effects to get another one? Well, you can get them back with Dance Princess. So either you can use a card like Nekroz Cycle to tribute her and get back a level 4 Unicorn. You can get back Unicorn from the grave or summon from your hand. You're probably not going to be doing that. You're going to be using Kaleido for that bit. But if you're summoning from the grave, you can use Cycle, tribute her, bring back the Unicorn, and then get her effect to get back one of your banished Nekroz that you banished off a mirror. Like Brio or Valkyris or Trishula, whatever you wanted to banish at the time, you can get it back. So you can use it. If you have Brio to get a combo piece to go for another ritual, you could potentially just get a Trishula back to your hand to summon. So that's one thing you can do. Also, this moment right here, I was kind of oh, not so fast. Gungnir's effect. And I'm being cheesy. I'm not so fast. You activated my trap card. Even though this is not a hand, she's more of a hand trap than, a trap card itself. But again, not relevant to the discussion, but I just kind of wanted to point that out. But there's another way you can kind of use Dance Princess in a very interesting way. One thing you can do is you can go Exo Mirror if you want to summon Valkyris and you don't have something like Shrit. You could banish a Unicorn that's in your graveyard, and you could tribute a Dance Princess that's on the field or in your hand to summon Valkyris because he's level 8. And then with Dance Princess's effect, you can get back the banished Unicorn to use his effect to get something else out of the grave. So that's when we use it as well. So I think I like her applications, and I think she does have potential, but I don't think it's a card that's necessarily needed right now. Maybe later on, but I just like the option, and that's why I'm using her. Same with Nekroz of Gungnir in a way. Some people don't even run Gungnir, but I run her at 1 just because I like her effect to protect my stuff, and I would have been OTK'd by that agent player if I didn't have her, so thanks a little Gungnir. Or Gishki Emilia in that case, because it's technically Gishki Emilia, a.k.a. Dance Princess. But yeah. Let's talk about the new card. And this might go on for a little bit as well because, well, it's a new card. Nekroz of Sophia. Yeah, as in, Sophia, goddess of rebirth. Yeah, she's been made into a ritual as well. Well, technically, it's Gishki Emilia as Dance Princess doing another one of the rituals and utilizing the power of Sophia, and does this outfitted with the appropriate armor and stuff like that, so that's how it goes. So she has a light spellcaster ritual effect level 11, 3600 attack, 3400 defense. You can ritual summon this card with any Nekroz ritual spell card. Must be ritual summoned from your hand by using 3 monsters you control with different types. It cannot be special summoned by other ways. During either player's main phase, you can discard both this card and 1 Nekroz spell card. During this phase, your opponent cannot special summon from the extra deck. When this card is ritual summoned, you can banish all other cards on the field and in the graveyard. You cannot no more special summon other monsters the turn you activate this effect. Okay, several things. For 1, she's hot. 2, the summoning requirement is rather steep. It's very steep. 3 different monster types. Now, it's not impossible for Nekroz to get this, but it's the fact that you cannot special summon or normal summon other monsters to turn you use it. So that's actually something I kind of overlooked when I left a comment on a video that was discussing the card initially. So with that said, it's not impossible, but it's actually very difficult to pull this off, to get that ritual summon off, because yes, you can use Kaleido Mirror to summon multiple ritual monsters with different types. Like for example, you can go Manju, get Kaleido Mirror, activate Kaleido Mirror, send some synchro to the graveyard, summon Unicorn and Colossalus. You have your 3 different types, but you can't summon Sophia until next turn. So unless you have something like Valkyrus to protect your guys from being attacked, you're not gonna get this off too frequently. But obviously when you get the effect off, it's lights out. But that's where the problem comes into play. You can't summon her the same turn you're going for that setup. So you need a way to protect all your guys, and next turn you summon this and activate her effect. But not all hope is lost though. She has a pretty solid effect in the hand as well. You discard her in a Nekroz ritual spell, and your opponent cannot special summon from the extra deck during either player's main phase 1. So in that sense, you could basically just go, discard her and the Nekroz card. She'll already, now in a way that's kind of cool as well, because if you could banish her and the ritual card that you discarded to search another card later on. So she already fulfills the cost for your mirror, so that's another thing, that's another way you could kind of use the mirror. And how many would a Nekroz player run? 0 to 1 in my opinion. Like if you're gonna run this card, you'd best know that if you want to summon her, you need to, like, remember that example I gave you? Well, you can use that setup, but you're not gonna be able to summon her right off the bat. You also have to keep in mind, you also need a way to protect all of your monsters from being attacked. Now, Valkyrus helps in that department. However, he does not stop your guys from getting destroyed by like Raigeki or Dark Hole. So unless you're really lucky and they have no card effect to destroy your guys with, they're probably not gonna last long enough. But if you can pull it off, props to you, because it's pretty much lights out against certain decks, because banishing everything from the field and the grave except her is devastating. But the setup is very brutal. And I overlooked the part that you can't normal summon or special summon other monsters. Now, like I said, getting the monsters on the field isn't the difficult part. It's keeping them there until your next turn. But her other effect is very good, because your opponent's pretty much locked out during main phase 1. So they can't just go balls to the wall, make exceeds, and then OTK you, like how the format seems to be at the moment. But yeah, that's my thoughts on these 3 redheads, and mainly my thoughts on Sophia. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about Nekroz of Sophia and Dance Princess of Gungnir. Or Dance Princess of Gungnir? Dance Princess of the Nekroz and Nekroz of Gungnir. Dance Princess of the Gungnir. That's something. I wonder what, That's kind of an interesting wordplay right there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these 3 cards. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.